Freezing weather hits Las Vegas. The warning in effect right now and when we could see some snow in the valley. Plus, keeping your home safe in the cold. The three things you can do right now to help make sure you're protected. And it has happened again. The airplane that's disappeared with more than 160 people on board. And what happens just moments before communication was lost.
Now, Nevada's first choice for news. This is 8 News Now, Weekend Edition.
Good morning and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Rozyla in for Patranya. Now, winter has definitely arrived in Las Vegas. A hard freeze warning is in effect for parts of Clark County, including Pahrump and Indian Springs. Right now in Las Vegas, it's only about 34 degrees. Keely Lindquist joins us now with a first look at your weather.
Good Sunday morning. We are going to see highs below normal today, and we're going to continue with that trend with cooling temperatures throughout this week. A quick look at what to expect. Lows near freezing. Highs going to stay cold, near 50 degrees. New Year's Eve going to be cold and windy. And what to look out for with those freezing temperatures. Take care of those pipes, pets, plants, pool, pumps. So take care of all of that with these cold temperatures. As we look at what's happening for the next 3 days, sunny skies for Sunday and Monday, and highs staying at 50. We are looking at a chance of rain showers, though, heading into Tuesday, and then we will cool down even more for New Year's Eve. Speaking of New Year's Eve, here's a look at what to expect as you go out to celebrate. Gusty winds throughout the evening and staying in the 30s throughout the night.
Thanks, Keely. The drop in temperatures has people across the valley cranking up their heaters, but while you may be warm inside, don't forget you need to protect what's outside as well. So if you haven't done so already, now may be a good time to cover those pipes. Freezing conditions could cause them to burst. Now also make sure you protect your plants by covering them or bringing potted plants inside. Now as for your heater, it also needs some upkeep, especially because it's working a whole lot harder right now.
Make sure your filters are clean. You know, you don't want to get caught in that situation where you wait till the last minute and turn it on and then it's not working.
If you plan on spending some time outdoors, make sure you and the kids are all bundled up. And if you have pets, now may be a good time to keep them indoors. New this morning, the United States and NATO will formally end the war in Afghanistan 13 years after it began. A ceremony was held today at military headquarters in Kabul. The U.S. will now transition to a supporting role with less than 14,000 soldiers remaining in the country starting January 1st. The other big story today, an Air Asia plane with more than 160 people on board has disappeared in the Java Sea. Now, a search and rescue operation is underway, although it has been suspended for the day. Indonesian air traffic controllers lost contact with the flight from Indonesia to Singapore Saturday, just 42 minutes after takeoff. Officials said the pilots requested a deviation due to weather before communication was lost. And this isn't the first airline to go missing. Malaysian Airlines Flight 370 was never found after it disappeared with 239 people on board. Malaysia is now searching for the Air Asia plane. Back at home now, where there is less than a week left in 2014, and sadly there have been hundreds of lives lost in our city this year. There have been 125 homicides in southern Nevada in 2014. That's compared to 120 last year. 50 pedestrians have also lost their lives, including 20 since Halloween. And on our roads, there have been 167 traffic deaths in Clark County alone. Those numbers are actually slightly better than last year, but it's still part of a troubling trend.
But for the last 3 years, our numbers have gone up, up, up. So we're nowhere near as far down as we were in, say, 2009.
And another stat we've been keeping tabs on, deadly officer-involved shootings. Metro was involved in 5 this year, and that's 2 more than last year. And an account has been set up for the family of a Walgreens clerk who was shot and killed Friday morning. Many customers reached out to us asking how they could help Tony Isnet's family. Walgreens set up a Wells Fargo account where people can donate. Isnet was killed in a back room during a store robbery attempt. Metro arrested 25-year-old Jen Ackerman Friday afternoon, and he does now face a number of charges and is due in court this week. So if you'd like to donate, just go to 8newsnow.com or our app and enter the keyword Walgreens. A woman is recovering this morning after she was shot in the head. It happened just after 2:30 yesterday afternoon on Cheyenne near Jones. Metro tells us the shooting started as some sort of a domestic dispute. The woman was able to drive a few blocks away before she got help. She is now at UMC with non-life-threatening injuries, and police told us that she was alert, conscious, and cooperating with the investigation. Another woman has been arrested in connection with this shooting. She has not been identified. Metro Police are asking for your help identifying more robbery suspects. The first man seen here is suspected of robbing 2 different businesses in the valley this month where he confronted employees and stole undisclosed items. And police say this man robbed a business on Maryland Parkway near Karen. He entered the store Friday around 7:30 p.m., confronted the employee, and demanded cash. Investigators say the man has a small gap between his 2 front teeth. If you recognize either of them, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers at 702-385-5555. Killed in the line of duty, the funeral for a fallen officer ambushed in his patrol car, and what hundreds of officers did as the mayor of New York spoke at his service.
Nevada's first choice for news. This is 8 News Now, Weekend Edition.
This weekend, one of the New York City police officers ambushed and killed in their patrol car has been laid to rest. Investigators say Rafael Ramos and his partner Wendy Gillette were murdered by a man who vowed to get revenge for the deaths of Eric Garner and Michael Brown. Wendy Gillette has more from Queens, New York.
A heartbreaking exchange outside Christ Tabernacle Church in Queens Saturday morning. The widow of Officer Rafael Ramos accepted the U.S. flag that was draped over his coffin.
I've been set free.
Inside, family, fellow officers, and politicians, including Vice President Joe Biden, honored the officer who was assassinated in his police car, along with his partner, Officer Wendy Gillette, 1 week ago.
When an assassin's bullet targeted 2 officers, it targeted this city, and it touched the soul of the entire nation.
New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio got a polite reception in the church.
New York City has lost a hero.
But outside, hundreds of police officers turned their backs when the mayor spoke, siding with union officials who say de Blasio helped foster an anti-police climate that may have contributed to the shootings. As many as 25,000 police officers from around the country created a sea of blue for several blocks, black strips covering their badges.
We all serve for the same team, and we want to come down and make a difference.
After the casket was brought outside, police helicopters flew overhead, and hundreds of officers on motorcycles led the procession to the cemetery.
There was another large show of support, thousands of ribbons tied to poles and fences all over the community.
Ramos and Liu were posthumously promoted to the rank of detective. Wendy Gillette for CBS News, Queens, New York.
Funeral plans for Officer Liu have not yet been announced. His family did attend Officer Ramos's funeral as a sign of solidarity. And this funeral comes as another community mourns the loss of one of their own police officers. 24-year-old Tyler Stewart was killed during a shootout Saturday in Flagstaff, Arizona. Police say he was responding to a domestic violence call. Stewart was looking for the suspect when the man opened fire at him. He then shot himself. Officers say Stewart had worked for the department for less than a year. Christmas is over and it's time to start taking down that tree. But if you have a real one, don't just throw it away. How recycling your tree will benefit our community.
Rain, wind, and the possibility of snow. I'll have your full forecast coming up.
At 8 News Now, there are some things we don't do. For instance, we don't just bring you the news, we uncover it. Every reporter, every day, working to bring you original reporting. Because another thing we don't do is waste your time. We are 8 News Now. Now you know.
It's sad but true. Christmas is officially over. But as you get ready to take down that tree, don't just throw it away. You can recycle it. It's easy and can really benefit our community. Mauricio Marine has more.
Only about 10% of Christmas trees inside homes around southern Nevada will be recycled this year. So that's why organizers have about 30 locations around town to help make it easier to drop off.
I think that's an awesome thing.
Recycle over here.
I think it's important for the environment, giving back to the environment, recycling.
Judy Ryder had a great Christmas and is now ready to give her tree a new life. She spent part of her weekend after Christmas taking the tree down to Sunset Park to get recycled. Ryder says it's not as much of a chore as some people might think.
It took us just the drive to get here and throw it in the car, and it was so easy and so important.
Last year, more than 15,000 trees got recycled in southern Nevada. Organizers hope to surpass that number this year.
What you're doing is you're taking something that would have ended up in the landfill and you're putting it to a beneficial use. And like I said, you know, it helps conserve water, it keeps dust down. As the mulch deteriorates in compost, it provides nutrition to the plants.
Much of that mulch from these trees will be used in parks around town, but it's also available to anyone for free who might want to use it. And organizers are also asking people to take off tinsels, wires, anything else on the trees. It makes it easier for them to recycle, and they say they're not able to take in trees that have been sprayed with fake snow. Mauricio Marin, 8 News Now.
And if you're not ready to get rid of the tree just yet, don't worry. Tree recycling programs run until January 15th. You can find drop-off locations on 8newsnow.com or on our app. And you can still drop off your tree at the 8 News Now Living Green Super Recycling event. Every year we team up with Republic Services to help clean out your home or garage. Next Saturday, you can take all of your unwanted stuff to the Thomas and Mack parking lot. We'll be able to shred up 4 boxes of documents for free and recycle most old electronics. Now that temperatures have dropped, Las Vegas Fire and Rescue is warning us about carbon monoxide. The gas doesn't have a smell or taste and is completely invisible. Heating devices used in homes like furnaces, stoves, or water heaters all produce carbon monoxide, and it can be really dangerous if those devices are being improperly used or they can malfunction. Fire officials recommend you get a carbon monoxide alarm, which will go off when it detects gas. And parts of the valley are dealing with freezing conditions, and it's not expected to get much warmer this week. In fact, we could see a little snow. Keely is back with your full Sunday morning forecast.
Good Sunday morning. We are expecting cold temperatures throughout the week. Today expecting 50 degrees, so still below normal. Overnight low expected at 34, again staying below normal, in fact close to freezing. We're going to see this trend continue throughout the week and really cool down though as we do head toward New Year's Eve. Looking at chilly conditions for today, but staying dry throughout southern Nevada and southern California. We will see some changes as the cold air continues to push into the region. We are going to see sunny skies. So again, that ridge of high pressure going to keep us dry and sunny, but the next storm system going to push in Tuesday night. And what that's going to do is bring in gusty conditions, a chance of rain showers for Tuesday. And then as we head into Wednesday and temperatures continue to drop, there is the possibility for a little bit of snow, and we will stay cold throughout the week. In fact, our highs only getting into the 30s on New Year's Eve, so very chilly for the week ahead. So for today, 9 a.m., expect 41 degrees. As we look at what's happening at noon, sunny skies, 46 degrees. So we are staying cool for today. Around this afternoon, 50 degrees around 3 p.m., a light wind through the afternoon. So our winds are dying down for the beginning of our week. And this evening, looking at mostly clear skies and 44 degrees. So again, staying cooler as we do head through today and into this week. Here is your recreational forecast. 39 degrees, your high at Mount Charleston for today, 48 in Prump, 52 at Lake Mead, and 56 in Laughlin. Again, the winds in those areas dying down for today and tomorrow as well before we see that next storm system move in Tuesday night and into Wednesday. For today, a high of 50 degrees in the valley, sunny skies, winds staying light and variable, though highs are staying below normal valley-wide. Tonight, expect 34 degrees, mostly clear skies, winds light and variable, and it is going to be another chilly night. All right, taking a look right now at that 7-day forecast. Again, I said it was going to cool down for Sunday. Today we're looking at the high of 50, tomorrow 50 as well, staying clear, and then we'll see Storm clouds move in with a 30% chance of rain showers, high dropping down to 49. But as we do head into Wednesday, New Year's Eve, look at that drop in temperatures. And we are also going to see winds pick up just a bit too, with that chance of rain and snow showers staying in the 40s and 50s throughout the week.
Giving back where Nevada ranks when it comes to volunteering and celebrating pretty major milestone. The record one Cirque du Soleil performer has broken at one of the original shows on the Las Vegas Strip. When it comes to volunteering, a new report shows Nevada ranks near the bottom of a nationwide list. According to the Corporation for the National and Community Service, we are 49th among the 50 states and Washington, D.C. That report shows that just over 20% of Nevada residents volunteered in 2013. The national average is about 25%. And for the 9th straight year, Utah topped that list. Now, as for Las Vegas, we rank 47th among 51 large cities. And the Runnin' Rebels were back at the Thomas and Mack this weekend in southern Utah didn't give them much trouble. UNLV stayed sharp coming off their big win over Arizona. They jumped out to an 8-point lead at halftime, but that was before they really warmed up. Second half, forget about it. The Rebels dominated, outscoring the Thunderbirds 43-17. Final score in this one, 79-45. The Rebels improved 9-3 on the season, and they play again Wednesday at Wyoming. A local Cirque du Soleil performer is celebrating a major milestone. Now, he doesn't swing from the rafters, but guitarist Bruce Rickard is very much a part of Mystere at Treasure Island. Saturday, he performed at his 10,000th show. He's played in every single performance of Mystere since it debuted on the Strip 21 years ago. His perfect attendance will now be added to the Guinness Book of World Records once they certify it, and we'll be right back. Getting ready for New Year's Eve coming up at 8. The rules local police say they will be strictly enforcing to make sure you and hundreds of thousands of tourists are safe. Plus, the rush to give back to those in need. Those stories and more coming up at 8. A young man battling cancer has been given a very special gift, his very own man cave. That's exactly what 14-year-old Colin Carberry wanted. Now, he's endured more than 100 chemotherapy treatments. So when his hometown of Four Oaks, North Carolina heard about his wish, they made it happen.
It's going to give that young man more energy to fight and keep on striving, and hopefully it will, and hopefully, you know, that he's going to get to come and enjoy this for years to come.
Colin was at a loss for words when he walked out inside, but thanked everyone for this very special Christmas surprise. And that's it for 8 News Now this morning. We'll hope to see you right back here at 8.
I really can't stay.
Baby, it's cold.